Go into your closet, find anything with lots of pretty floral patterns. You got anything embroidered, get that. Frills, ruffles, bows, ribbons, feathers, anything ornate. Hello, welcome to another video. I just did my Rococo inspired makeup look. I just did a little short, and now we're going to get into some Rococo inspired fashion. So Pinterest's prediction for 2025 as far as fashion trends is Rococo. At least that's what they're telling me. Maybe they're just looking at the stuff that I look at and thinking that this is what I want to hear and what I want to see, which they're right. You'll have to tell me what your Pinterest is telling you. But before we get into the fashion of it, let me explain a little bit what Rococo is. So Rococo emerged in France in the 1720s, but then fell out of favor in the 1770s. It's known for just being really over the top, very flamboyant, very feminine, lots of lace, bows, ruffles, ribbons, embroidery, pastels, and lots of gold. Didn't see too much silver. Saw more gold than silver. But if you don't like gold, I'm sure you can get away with using silver accessories as opposed to gold accessories. And gaudy was definitely something that was not a negative term. It's a negative term to my mother, but I don't think it was during the Rococo fashion time period. And if you want to think of like somebody from that time period that's seen as a fashion icon, it would be Marie Antoinette. I feel like I dress a little bit more Baroque as opposed to Rococo. Rococo is very light and airy and not quite as serious, whereas Baroque is serious and dramatic and heavy. And I just feel like, especially from a color palette perspective, I dress a little bit more Baroque. I like darker, earthier jewel tones, and yeah, don't wear a lot of pastels. But I want to be able to try to do this and create some outfit inspiration from my closet. I don't want to have to go and spend $500 on a new wardrobe. Like, this makes me, yesterday I was like scrolling through Lace Made, and this definitely makes me want to maybe buy something from them. Maybe I'll find like a different kind of cottagecore type brand, but definitely anything from Lace Made goes with the Rococo like trend, like chef's kiss. But maybe I can find something that's slightly more affordable, like as opposed to the dresses being around the $100 range. Maybe they can be like $70, so get a little bit of savings. I can take my Christmas and birthday money and put that towards a dress from Lace Made. We'll see. I've been looking for a white dress and I haven't been able to thrift it. I think white can be kind of difficult to thrift because by the time it gets to the thrift store, it's been through the ringer. So yeah. Another way to look at it is Baroque is stiff and formal, and then Rococo is a little bit more loose and less formal. Women started wearing what they would normally wear, like in the house, outside, so it was very scandalous. Kind of think of like when women started wearing yoga pants just out and about as opposed to just to the gym or to yoga. I think that's kind of like the modern day equivalent. But before we get into some outfit inspiration, I started going through all my jewelry. I was like, I have to have something. I love to thrift flip jewelry. I sell it on my Etsy store, same name as my YouTube channel, Tally Stein Treasures. But I recently got this. It's like a watch. It's not a working watch at all. I tried to see if I could make something like this, so I went to all the thrift stores, but most of the watches I found, they just didn't have the things on the end to do it, and my soldering skills are not that good, so I don't think I could really create anything. But I feel like this is just very Rococo. I don't even know if they were carrying around little watches like that back then. I don't know when kind of the more, mechanical type of watch came into popularity. I know people in the 1800s carried around pocket watches. That's something I need to look into. When did people start carrying around little pocket watches? Because I don't know the date. I'll put it here. If you don't have something with cute little bows and a watch, really any gold choker will work for this. I feel like I could have it a little bit up higher, but this is kind of more comfortable, so maybe we'll just leave it like that. And again, gaudy was not a thing, so I definitely feel like we could get away with some layering of necklaces. Yeah, they're just so cute. I probably would normally stop here. I don't know if it's very Rococo to just stop here. Like, I don't think Mary Antoinette would have stopped here. My pearls are tangled.
2,000 years later.
Okay. Okie dokie. There. Okay. Carol. Okay, I definitely would normally stop here. But again, like we need to go big or go home. I think that's good enough. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 necklaces on. That is at least 2 more than I normally do, because normally if I stack, I'll just do 2. I'll have done like this and then this and call it good. So definitely we'll need to pick out some rings, but don't want anything to snag on the clothes. So let's change camera angles and go to my closet and figure out some clothing. Go into your closet, find anything with lots of pretty floral patterns. You got anything embroidered, get that. Frills, ruffles, bows, ribbons, feathers, anything ornate, and grab that. Of course, the easiest thing to do is to just put on a pretty skirt. This one's light, linen, and airy. And of course, we have more of the pastel pinks. And I think I'm going to put on these shoes. I got these on Temu, of all places. I was going to film like a clothing Temu haul, and I ordered the stuff, but then I just never filmed it. I prefer to thrift my clothing, although I gotta say thrift stores have gotten real expensive, and sometimes it is cheaper to go buy stuff from Shein or Temu. You're not necessarily going to get the quality. It kind of depends. You just gotta keep an eye out at the thrift store. I definitely say like going to places like Ross and Burlington Coat Factory and TJ Maxx, and you just look in the clearance section. Sometimes that's even better than Shein or Temu. And just like that, we have a fairly simple, easy Rococo inspired outfit. I think it's still very modern with this top. It's not too out there. I'm probably definitely going to wear this in the spring. It's too cold now to be wearing a linen skirt, even with, what are they called? The fleece-lined leggings. I think the most Rococo inspired ring I have is this bad boy. When I got it, I thought at first this was like an actual working mirror. It's just reflective metal. It's not actually a mirror, but it's still pretty cool. So I like it. And yeah, this is the first outfit. You're definitely going to see a theme with florals and skirts and ruffles and all of that. Could pair something like this with it to make it more ornate. I like this, but I don't think I like it with this top. I weirdly actually like it with this. Okay. Alright, so I definitely like this. I think this is definitely very Rococo, very over the top, and definitely a lot more opulent. I would have never thought to put like this much clothing on. So definitely that's what I like about trends, is it makes me think about how I could wear my clothes in a slightly different way than what I normally would. So this is definitely look number 1, and in the summer this is going to go from a long sleeve to a short sleeve pretty quickly. think I saw some girls on my Pinterest feed wearing something very similar to this for their Rococo inspired looks, and they had this gold multi-chained belt. Probably wouldn't do this, especially in the summer, but it's cold, so I'm gonna leave it on. Could put this bad boy back on. I think that's pretty much gonna go with every Rococo inspired look. But I also have this one and this one. I think we could also just leave it like this and go a little bit more simple with it because we have all the jewels. I don't think we need to go too over the top and just do something a little bit more simple. So really you just need a dress with a ruffly bottom, and you can totally do anything Rococo inspired and then just layer a bunch of necklaces and a gold belt, and it definitely gives Rococo without trying too hard. Alright, for my third and final look, I don't know which way I want to go. Like, is this too giving like a Renaissance fair medieval princess vibes? You know, instead of Rococo? I'm kind of thinking so. But I love this corset and I made it, so. I definitely do have this top. I think it's definitely giving Rococo vibes, so let's get the top on. Okay, so I feel like we got a pretty good base. This neckline, though, does interfere with all the jewelry. So let's tie it up and see what it looks like. Yeah, jewelry go bye-bye, but this neckline is still cute, and I think it's still ornate enough to be Rococo inspired, and then a roughly white skirt. I'm not sure if I like the different whites. I could definitely do that same white waist belt, maybe for something a little different, and to go with the brown in the shoes, we can put this on. I never know if I want to put like the tie on the bottom or the top. There, I feel like it breaks up that the whites are different, so we can get away with it when we have the brown waist belt. And then we get some corset-like detailings without actually putting on a corset, and these are like way cheaper than getting a corset. So we can do this, or I love wearing this top with it. And I just got this from Shein. It's actually pretty good quality for me from Shein, and for the fraction of the price of a normal corset would be. Of course, I figured out how to make corsets, so I might just, when this one goes, I might just make it. I just gotta find a stretchy kind of velvet-like suede material. But again, it needs to be stretchy so we can put it on. You can wear it like this, but sometimes I like to bring up the waist just a little bit more like this. And I think it just defines the waist just a little bit more, just slightly more flattering. If we wanted to bring more jewelry back, since you can't really see the jewelry anymore, we can take this little cameo and just put it right here. Oh, I love that. Do you love it? Because I love it. Definitely would need to put my hair up and a half up down in a big ribbon for this, or some heatless curls. I don't know if the pin straight hair goes. I did straighten my hair and put a little keratin mask in it last night because my hair texture, I just hate it so much. What I don't hate is this. I don't know if any of my purses are very Rococo-y, so I would just go based off of like color and call it good. And, you know, just go with like a little green, or if you have a burgundy purse, maybe we can take that. I don't know if I have like enough like I don't have a pink purse or a white purse. I feel like I need to get a pink and a white purse now. So look at me. Gonna end up spending more money than oh, little boy, let's not spend money. Okay. But yeah, so this is 3 looks inspired by Rococo, just from shopping in my closet and styling stuff a little bit differently. Normally the skirt, I wear this as like a petticoat. I've never actually worn it just as a skirt, but I don't think like you would necessarily know it's a petticoat. And that was the whole thing about Rococo. They were wearing clothing that was technically more like lounge underwear type stuff, and they were wearing it out and about. So I think it works. It goes with the theme. This has been my 3 Rococo inspired looks for this upcoming season in 2025. Definitely screams more like spring summer vibes than winter. But yeah, I'm super excited now for it to be spring. Not necessarily summer, because then it will be 100 degrees and I don't want that. Alright, you'll have to tell me in the comments how I did. You think I did the Rococo trend justice? Alright, you'll have to tell me in the comments how I did. You think I did the Rococo trend justice? Was it Rococo-y enough? Let me know in the comments. Maybe let me know what you would have done differently, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!